Stories and Documentary Network. Welcome to a journey into the fascinating life of Ashoka the Great, a monumental figure in ancient history. In this video, we will unravel the enigmatic tale of Ashoka, the third monarch of the Mauryan Empire, spanning from his early years to the transformative moment that led him from a ruthless ruler to a champion of peace and religious tolerance. Join us as we explore the complexities of Ashoka's reign, from the political intricacies of his rule to the profound impact of the Kalinga War, and delve into the nuanced balance he faced between personal beliefs and the imperatives of effective governance. From his dynamic transformation to the formulation of the concept of Dhamma and his enduring legacy, we'll journey through the life of Ashoka, a ruler who left an indelible mark on the cultural and religious landscape of ancient India. So, buckle up for a captivating exploration of history, ideology, and the intricate journey of one of the ancient world's most remarkable rulers. Ashoka the Great, reigning from 268 to 232 before the Common Era, stands as the eminent third monarch of the Mauryan Empire, a colossal political entity spanning from contemporary Iran to the vast expanse of the Indian subcontinent. His legacy is enshrined not only in the territorial extent of his rule but, more profoundly, in his transformative journey from a ruthless ruler to a champion of peace, religious tolerance, and the propagation of Buddhism. At the zenith of his power, Ashoka governed this expansive empire by initially adhering to the principles laid out in the Arthashastra, a political treatise attributed to Chanakya, the prime minister under Ashoka's grandfather, Chandragupta. The name, Ashoka, meaning without sorrow, was likely his given name, while in his inscriptions, he identified himself as Devanampiya Piyadasi, translating to beloved of the gods, and gracious of mien. Ashoka's transformative moment occurred during his campaign against the kingdom of Kalinga around 260 before the Common Era. Confronted by the profound devastation and loss of life on the Kalinga battlefield, he experienced a profound change of heart. This pivotal moment led him to renounce warfare and embrace the principles of Dhamma, an ethical and pious social conduct. Subsequently, he converted to Buddhism, dedicating himself to the pursuit of peace and compassion. The historical narrative of Ashoka's life and reign primarily comes from his rock and pillar edicts, where he is portrayed as a model of conversion and virtuous behavior. His commitment to religious tolerance and the promotion of Buddhism as a major world religion became hallmark aspects of his legacy. Although his reign marked the zenith of the Mauryan Empire, it regrettably crumbled within 50 years of his demise. Ashoka's historical significance was obscured until the 19th century when the British scholar James Prinsep identified and revived his legacy in 1837 Common Era. Since then, Ashoka has emerged as one of the most captivating ancient monarchs, revered for his profound decision to renounce war, advocate for religious harmony, and champion peaceful endeavors that left an indelible mark on the cultural and religious landscape of ancient India. While Ashoka's name is mentioned in the Puranas, ancient encyclopedic literature of India, they provide no substantive details about his life. The intricacies of his youth, the ascent to power, and the pivotal renunciation of violence after the Kalinga campaign are primarily derived from Buddhist sources, acknowledged for their legendary rather than strictly historical nature. The mystery surrounding Ashoka's birth date adds to the enigma of his early life. According to some accounts, he was one of 100 sons born to his father Bindusara's wives, with conflicting details about his mother's identity, referred to as Subhadrangi in one text and Dharma in another. These sources also present divergent narratives about her caste and status. Scholars dismiss the notion of 100 sons, positing that Ashoka was likely the second son among four, with his older brother Susima designated as the heir apparent and Ashoka facing slim prospects of assuming power due to his father's disapproval. According to legend, Bindusara equipped Ashoka with an army but intentionally withheld weapons. Supernatural means later provided the needed armaments. Despite not being the immediate heir, Ashoka received a comprehensive education at court, including training in martial arts and instruction in the precepts of the Arthashastra. This treatise on political science, attributed to Chanakya, Chandragupta's prime minister, played a pivotal role in shaping the ruling ethos of the Mauryan Dynasty. Around the age of 18, Ashoka was dispatched from the capital, Pataliputra, to quell a revolt in Taksila. The details of this campaign remain obscured in history, existing as accepted fact based on inscriptions and place names. Subsequently, he was entrusted with governance in the commercial hub of Ujjain, where his liaison with a local merchant's daughter named Devi became a notable aspect of his story. Devi, also known as Vidisha Mahadevi, bore Ashoka a son named Mahinda, who later played a crucial role in the spread of Buddhism to Sri Lanka. Whether Devi introduced Ashoka to Buddhism or vice versa remains a subject of legend. Buddhism, a minority sect in ancient India, gained prominence through Ashoka's patronage, eventually becoming a major world religion. Upon Bindusara's illness, Ashoka's ascension to the throne faced competition from his brother Susima. The ministers, favoring Ashoka, led to his coronation or self-crowning after Bindusara's demise. In a grim turn of events, Susima met a gruesome end in a charcoal pit, and legends differ on the fate of Ashoka's other brothers, with scholars asserting that only 2 were executed. Ashoka's complex and multifaceted life, encompassing political maneuverings, personal relationships, and spiritual transformation, adds layers to the intriguing narrative of one of the ancient world's most remarkable rulers. Once in power, Ashoka's rule took a dark turn, with historical accounts portraying him as a cruel and ruthless despot. Reveling in personal pleasures at the expense of his subjects, he was notorious for personally tormenting prisoners in what came to be known as Ashoka's hell or hell on earth. This stark contrast between the earlier association of Ashoka with Buddhism through his connection with Devi and his portrayal as a malevolent tyrant prompted scrutiny from historians. John Key highlights this incongruity, emphasizing that Buddhist sources depict Ashoka's pre-Buddhist life as one of indulgence intertwined with cruelty. The conversion narrative becomes all the more extraordinary, suggesting that even a figure steeped in wickedness could transform into a model of compassion through right thinking. Key notes the reluctance in these sources to acknowledge Ashoka's early fascination with Buddhism, which may account for the ruthless conduct attributed to him upon Bindusara's death. While this perspective holds weight, the historical veracity of Ashoka's cruelty is corroborated by his own edicts, particularly the 13th Major Rock Edict. Addressing the Kalinga War, the edict laments the extensive loss of life and underscores the heavy toll on Ashoka's conscience. The Kingdom of Kalinga, a prosperous trade partner located south of Pataliputra, faced the brunt of Ashoka's military campaign in circa 260 before the Common Era. The invasion resulted in the slaughter of 100,000 inhabitants, the deportation of 150,000 more, and the abandonment of thousands to disease and famine. The aftermath of the Kalinga War marked a profound transformation for Ashoka. Walking across the battlefield, witnessing the carnage, he experienced a genuine change of heart. Recorded in his 13th edict, Ashoka expressed remorse for the devastating consequences of conquest, acknowledging the suffering inflicted upon the people of Kalinga. This remorse propelled him to renounce warfare and embrace Buddhism. Contrary to popular belief, this conversion was not an abrupt event but rather a gradual acceptance of Buddha's teachings. It remains uncertain whether Ashoka was already acquainted with Buddhism before Kalinga and chose not to heed its message, or if he encountered it for the first time during his spiritual journey following the campaign. The transformation of Ashoka is either an instance of a ruler claiming allegiance to a faith while disregarding its principles, or a sincere journey toward self-forgiveness and peace. Whether rooted in a rudimentary knowledge of Buddhism before Kalinga or a more profound understanding that emerged afterward, Ashoka's embrace of Buddha's teachings marked a pivotal moment in history. As a monarch, he would go on to establish Buddhism as a prominent religious school of thought, leaving an enduring legacy shaped by both his early ruthless rule and the transformative power of enlightenment. Upon embracing Buddhism, Ashoka, according to conventional accounts, transitioned to a reign marked by peace, justice, and mercy. Formerly an avid hunter, he now undertook pilgrimages, replacing the once animal-laden royal feasts with a commitment to vegetarianism. Accessible to his subjects, Ashoka addressed grievances, upheld just laws benefiting all, and abandoned the exclusivity that favored only the upper class and wealthy. This post-Kalinga depiction of Ashoka's rule is gleaned from Buddhist texts, especially those originating in Sri Lanka, and his own edicts. However, contemporary scholars question the accuracy of this portrayal. They point out that Ashoka did not restore the kingdom to Kalinga survivors, nor did he call back the 150,000 individuals deported during the campaign. Furthermore, there is no record of efforts to disband the military, and evidence suggests continued military use to suppress rebellions and maintain peace. While these observations offer valid interpretations, they overlook the fundamental message of the Arthashastra, which likely served as Ashoka's training manual, as it did for his father and grandfather. The Arthashastra emphasizes that a strong state requires a strong ruler. A weak king succumbs to personal indulgences, while a wise king prioritizes the greater good. Adhering to this principle, Ashoka faced limitations in fully implementing Buddhism as a governmental policy. He needed to project an image of strength to maintain a robust state, and considering that the majority of his subjects were not Buddhist, imposing such a policy would likely have sparked resentment. In essence, Ashoka's challenge lay in reconciling the ideals of Buddhism with the practicalities of governance. His commitment to strength and stability demanded a measured approach, and while he implemented reforms aligning with Buddhist principles, complete adherence faced obstacles. The nuanced reality of Ashoka's rule reflects the delicate balance between personal beliefs and the imperatives of effective governance, shedding light on the complexities inherent in the intersection of ideology and political pragmatism. Despite personally regretting the Kalinga campaign and experiencing a profound change of heart, Ashoka faced practical constraints that prevented him from reversing the consequences of his earlier actions. Returning Kalinga to its people or revoking the deportation of thousands might have been interpreted as a sign of weakness, potentially emboldening other regions or foreign powers to engage in acts of aggression. In the intricate web of politics, the decision to uphold the established order, once set in motion, carried significant implications for the perceived strength of the ruler and the stability of the empire. Ashoka's genuine remorse and commitment to change, while sincere, operated within the confines of political reality. The delicate balance he needed to strike between acknowledging past errors and projecting strength as a ruler shaped the course of his decisions. Unable to undo the past, Ashoka chose to move forward, integrating the lessons learned from his mistakes into a commitment to personal growth and enlightened governance. In this narrative, Ashoka's transformation extends beyond a mere change of heart. It becomes a dynamic process of learning and adaptation, where he grapples with the complexities of leadership. His determination to become a better man and monarch reflects an ongoing journey rather than a singular event. Following his conversion to Buddhism, Ashoka undertook pilgrimages to sacred Buddhist sites and became a fervent advocate of Dhamma. He inscribed edicts, many elaborating on the principles of Dhamma, on stone pillars throughout his vast empire. Additionally, he dispatched Buddhist missionaries to various regions, including Sri Lanka, China, Thailand, and Greece, propagating Buddha's vision of peace and coexistence. In his commitment to religious tolerance, Ashoka asserted that no one should elevate their own faith above others, emphasizing humility in approaching matters of faith. Prior to Ashoka's reign, Buddha's relics were enshrined in 8 stupas around the country. Ashoka, in a profound gesture, had these relics removed and decreed the construction of 84,000 stupas, each containing a portion of Buddha's remains. This ambitious initiative aimed to further promote the Buddhist message of peace and harmonious coexistence between humanity and the natural world. While the number of stupas may be considered an exaggeration, there is ample evidence that Ashoka did commission the construction of several, including the renowned stupa at Sanchi. After almost 4 decades of rule, Ashoka passed away, leaving behind an enlarged and strengthened Mauryan Empire. Regrettably, the empire's endurance proved fleeting, collapsing within 50 years of his death. Ashoka's name faded into obscurity, his stupas were reclaimed by nature, and his monumental edicts were toppled and buried beneath the sands of time. It wasn't until the 19th century, during the exploration of Indian history by European scholars, that James Prinsep deciphered an inscription on the Sanchi stupa, revealing the forgotten king, Devanampiya Piyadasi, to be none other than the legendary Ashoka. Since Prinsep's groundbreaking work in 1837, Ashoka has garnered increasing global interest. Notably, he stands as a unique figure in the ancient world, an empire builder who, at the zenith of his power, renounced warfare and conquest. His legacy resonates as a profound testament to the pursuit of mutual understanding and harmonious coexistence, shaping both domestic and foreign policy in a manner unparalleled in the annals of ancient history. If you found this exploration of Ashoka's life intriguing and insightful, Don't forget to like this video, share it with fellow history enthusiasts, and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating journeys into the annals of the past. Your support allows us to continue unraveling the mysteries of history and bringing these stories to life. Thank you for joining us on this captivating exploration, and until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the wonders of the past.